Welcome back to RBP, otherwise known as the Ross Bolen Podcast. I am your host, Ross Bolen, otherwise known as Ronald J. Bowler, here with our co-host, Jared Borislow, otherwise known as J-Bone.
J-Bone.
J-Bone, it's almost time, man.
What?
It's really happening.
For what?
This time for real. Jared.
What? Tell me.
Nothing can stop this vacation from happening, Jared.
Wait. It's actually happening.
I'm going on vacation,
Oh my
Jared. It's
God.
happened. Once I've podcasted about it, it cannot be canceled.
Okay, just so people know, I've worked at Bolen Media now full-time since March, I believe 10th or 12th or something of last year.
Right.
And you have not left the state of Texas since then. You've only been to 2 cities in Texas.
I don't think I've left the state since Bolen Media's inception.
You haven't left the I-10 corridor.
Which I think we just passed the 3-year mark, maybe?
I wasn't here for most of that, so.
I don't know. I wasn't either. I mean, physically.
Yeah.
I was physically here.
Yes.
Mentally I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to dig into the archives at some point.
Where are you going?
This is not the first time this has happened. So yeah, on Friday, my wife and I are going to a beach in Mexico and staying in a condo like right by the water. I'm so freaking pumped. I love the ocean. It is my favorite thing. The beach is my thing. I know everybody loves the beach. No, fuck that. I love it more. I've said it time and again, and I'll say it now. Love the beach. Really love it. And yeah, this is going to serve as like our honeymoon. Also, I'm turning 35 on Tuesday while we're there. And seriously, it's my first vacation in way too long. Take vacations, people. Take them. This was partially a matter of circumstance, the reason I went this long without a vacation. You shouldn't do that. Go on vacation, all right? My dad's crazy ass would always refuse to take his vacation time when I was a kid. And in hindsight, what a psycho. Dad, what the hell was that? Like, we would go on family vacations, like for a week, annually, you know, but he wouldn't take the rest of the weeks the company was giving him. At one point, I remember he just stayed home or something because they made him use the vacation days for insurance reasons or something.
He's overworking. They're like, this guy's going to drop dead.
Yeah, they were like, you have to take the days, sir. And he was just like at home in his boxers one day, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, they're making me take these fucking vacation days.
See, now, I'm at the stage of my life where I'm taking vacations, but they're not actually vacations because they're all just weddings.
Yeah, that
like,
stage is weird, man.
I think I have 5 weddings this year.
It's weird. Is that a cultural thing? Is this mostly white people who get into this weird wedding stage where everyone's getting married at the same time and you end up traveling and spending an exorbitant amount of money on weddings every year for like 3 years?
It might be. I'm going this
just
year,
curious.
Ross, for weddings. I'm going to Louisville. That's the next one. That's this month because today's the first day of the month, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to Louisville this month, and then I got one in Pittsburgh, I got one in Chicago, and then there's some other ones I don't even know.
At least you're hitting cool cities,
Yeah.
frankly.
Hey, Pittsburgh, most underrated city on the Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah.
People say that.
Anyway, going to the beach, going to have the chicken legs out. So fucking pumped because it's Chicken Leg Pride Month, bitches. Chicken Leg Pride Month is here, Jared.
You're wearing the shirt.
I am wearing the shirt, but you wouldn't know anything about it, you manly-legged cucker spaniel.
Okay. I mean, you can't shame me. Chicken leg pride doesn't mean hating
You're right.
on non-chicken
You're
legs.
right, Jared. You're right. We are inclusive of all leg types in
Yeah.
Chicken Leg Pride Month. But every June, we in the chicken leg community celebrate with pride our chicken legs, which is why I'm wearing my Birddog shorts in the studio today. And as a result, Jared is rock hard with an erection because my limber limbs are swanging and banging, baby. The chickies are out for summer, J-Bone. Let's fucking go. People with chicken leg syndrome are mocked for the condition when they should be celebrated. We are the best and brightest. No longer will we be treated as less than because our legs look like they couldn't hold the weight of a gallon of milk. In all seriousness, people with chicken legs fuck. And that's a fact, Jack. Or Jared.
What do you fuck?
We just fuck. This Chicken Leg Pride Month. Celebrate with pride by wearing the official shirt of Chicken Leg Pride Month, available exclusively at bolenmedia.com/shop. I'm wearing it on my chest. Currently, it is a chicken with the legs of a man wearing sneakers. And under that, it says Chicken Leg Pride. So, yeah.
So, how gate kept is this shirt? Can I wear this shirt even though I don't have chicken legs?
I don't know. I feel like it'd be weird, you know?
I don't know. Like, a lot of straight people go to pride parades to, like, show solidarity.
I mean, and I've worn LGBTQ plus pride memorabilia, I suppose. I've worn socks from Bombas that were Pride Month themed.
So, maybe.
You know? So I think, I don't know, in support, you know? I think you can.
Okay. Well, Ross, if we sell...
I'm not saying somebody with chicken legs might not come up to you and say, hey, guy, come on, what's your fucking deal?
Ross, if we sell 200 of these, we can have a video of you spanking my tight little ass on Instagram.
Thick boy, what's your deal? Tree trunk legs, what's your fucking deal, guy? I'm not saying somebody might not come up to you and say that. Come on, look at that ass. What the fuck? Why are you wearing this shirt, bro?
Luckily, if somebody who's saying that, I could take them. I would just push them over or wait for a light gust of wind as their top heavy body.
Oh, here we go. Here comes the hate. Here it is. Here it is. You started it. I did start it. I started it. Yeah. Anyway, by the way, we'd love if you sent us photos of you wearing Bolen Media merch. Or stuff from our sponsors. Do it. I'm wearing the Chicken Leg Pride shirt, as I mentioned, but also the Formula Bone hat supporting Jared and Formula Bone. The Formula Bone F1 show available wherever you listen to RBP. And hey, what a coincidence. Today's episode is brought to you by the official short of Chicken Leg Pride Month, Birddogs. Birddogs have completely changed the game. Birddogs shorts, pants, and joggers are made from the finest high-quality material and come with built-in liner that cradles your stovepipe for all-day comfort. Who the fuck likes being uncomfortable? I hope nobody, Jared. It's time to upgrade the shorts and pants to those of the future.
You bring up a good point.
Your balls will thank you.
You say, who likes being uncomfortable?
Who among us?
I think if somebody said they liked being uncomfortable, that's not uncomfortable. That is comfortable. Comfort is objective.
That's right. It's what you prefer.
Yeah.
That is comfortable.
Subjective. Comfort is subject. I get them wrong.
Is it?
It's subjective. So, like, if uncomfortable is comfortable to you, then that's just comfort. You're not uncomfortable anymore.
Yeah, but something's wrong with you if you put on Birddog shorts and go, these aren't comfortable.
Yeah, that's weird.
Then you have the wrong definition in your brain and have been living incorrectly as such.
These are objectively comfortable.
Go to birddogs.com, enter promo code Ross, and they'll throw in a dad hat, like the one right behind Jared on the board there.
Wait, I noticed that this dad cap is push pin into the wall. What happened to the dad it's supposed to be attached to? Is he hanging up somewhere in the rest of the house?
He's out back.
Oh my God.
He's out back in a hole I dug.
Jesus.
What? That's birddogs.com, promo code Ross, and boom, a free Birddogs dad hat with your pair of Birddogs. You will not take these things off. I promise you.
Grab your light. This is Stop the Wikipedia when you're high.
Today's Stuff to Wikipedia when you're high is Kavachi.
Kavachi sounds like a new fermented tea.
Yeah, it's Kavachi, one of the most active submarine volcanoes in the southwest Pacific Ocean, located south of the Vangunu Island in the Solomon Islands. It is named after a sea god of the New Georgia Group Islanders and is also referred to locally as Rehote Kavachi, which means Kavachi's oven.
Wait, so is it him or is it his oven?
I'm not sure. The volcano has become emergent and then been eroded back into the sea at least 8 times since its first recorded eruption in 1939. When it erupts, there's an island that forms. Like in 2003, it erupted in a 49-foot island formed above the surface, but then it disappeared soon after. In 2015, marine wildlife was found living inside Kavachi's crater, including the scalloped hammerhead, the silky shark, and the six-gill stingray. It has subsequently been given the nickname Sharkano by various media outlets and was recently given shine to by NASA on social media. So
now,
it's been
okay.
making the rounds on the socials, which is why it's our stuff to Wikipedia when you're high today.
So
because Sharkano is a thing you're going to hear.
What is more scary to you? A Sharkano or a Sharknado?
I would have to say the Sharknado for sure.
Really?
Yeah, because the Sharkano, you know where it is. That's the thing about volcanoes. You have to choose to go near them. You know what I mean? Like, they've been mapped out at this point.
Okay. You bring up a very interesting point about tornadoes. You think in general, I'm going to take the sharks out of it, okay? Because if they both have sharks, that is even amounts of sharks.
The sharks were the fun part, but okay.
I'm saying if you're comparing a Sharknado and a Sharkano, your rating should be the same whether or not the shark is included. So you should think a tornado then is scarier than a volcano because, like you said, you know where the volcano is.
I mean, in general, I agree with that.
Okay, now here's the issue.
Tornadoes I fear more than volcanoes because I know where the volcanoes are, like Kavachi.
Now you also know where the tornado is. Like right now, you're not.
Well,
right now you're not looking out the window.
But I also know it's moving at a fucking rapid pace, and that if it's coming right at me, that I don't really know. There's no, you don't go anywhere except your bathtub. And then you pray to sweet baby Jesus that you don't get hurled into the stratosphere by Twister.
Okay, but here's the issue.
Where's Jodie Foster when you need her?
I am scared of volcanoes.
She's on True Detective Season 4. That's the answer. You're scared of volcanoes. Why?
At all times, because at any moment, the Yellowstone supervolcano could erupt and completely change the planet.
See, I choose not to acknowledge things like the Yellowstone supervolcano. Like,
how's that
choose
going
not
for
to
you?
acknowledge the fact that meteors exist, you know? Because one of them can just, I don't know, rip through us at any moment.
Like right now, you can
Who
be.
the fuck knows?
You can't be. Look, I'm looking outside. It's sunny out. You can't be scared of a tornado right now. There's no clouds. There's no way a tornado could be here.
Dude, tornado weather is weird as shit. The sky gets all crazy and whatnot. Sometimes it is a little sunny and you don't even know what's happening. It's just like, why is it so calm? And then suddenly you're being fucked by a twister.
There's no sun tornadoes. There's never been a perfectly clear day.
You ever
and a tornado came out of nowhere.
You ever heard of heat lightning, Jared?
Yeah, they debunked that.
Yeah, you don't know much about meteorology, do you, J-Bone?
I'm from Tampa, which is literally the lightning capital of America.
I went to journalism school. It basically makes me a meteorologist.
I also went to journalism school.
Damn it.
Yeah.
And you have a Spanish degree, which really basically makes you a meteorologist.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that? If you speak Spanish,
Meteorología.
completely qualified to become a meteorologist. In my eyes, at Bolen Media, if we ever have a meteorology wing.
Bolen Meteorology.
Hey.
Make the shirts, Ricky. Ricky, make the shirt.
Put that on a t-shirt, Ricky.
I screamed it backwards like he was here. He doesn't live in this state.
Okay.
He lives in a completely different
He
state.
hears us. He hears.
Ricky, make the shirt.
He hears. So yeah, that's where the Sharkano thing came from. It's Kavachi. And that's your stuff to Wikipedia when you're high. Here's some insane headlines of the day, Jared. You ready?
I'm ready.
Drake wins $17 million in single roulette spin.
So you've been making fun of Drake for his. Well, I don't want to say you've been making fun of it.
I've been monitoring it.
You've been monitoring it.
I've been journalistically monitoring it as a journalist.
So are you wrong? Do you consider yourself wrong now? Because he clearly, hopefully, made more money than he lost.
Nope, he didn't. That's the beauty of it, and we'll get to that. He was live streaming, all right? He's playing, of course, on stake.com, and Lil Baby had just walked into his house, apparently, when he hit this $17 million spin. Again, this is all on stake.com, and that's where my question comes in. Is it possible Drake is misrepresenting himself and playing with house money and either never going to get any of the winnings or the winnings are essentially his payment for constantly promoting stake.com, and if he loses, it doesn't matter? I say yes. It's possible.
Yes. From being in the media industry, I know very well a lot of people who promote these things will just play with house money and they act like it's theirs.
A journalist needs to investigate. I'm technically a journalist because I have the degree, but I'm busy speculating. So someone else needs to be investigating.
I'll do it.
You want your next headline?
Yeah.
Drake loses $20 million on roulette, but still donates $1 million in Bitcoin.
What?
Yeah, so at one point, he won nearly $18 million on lucky number 11 on that spin that we just discussed. But for that night, the tally was roughly $20 million in losses, which is why I point back to my question. Does it even matter? And if so, is he supposed to disclose that? And I'm not trying to rat on Drake. I really don't think it'd be that big of a deal. I just think it's an interesting piece of the puzzle when it comes to gambling promotion.
You're just asking questions.
And I'm just asking questions as a speculator more than a journalist. I'm a speculator with a journalism degree. That's how I'd classify me.
That's the most dangerous kind of speculator.
But yeah, apparently he gave away $1 million in Bitcoin to somebody on Twitch or some shit. So there's that. Again, not sure that's his money.
I guarantee you that was not his money. That one I'm sure was not his money.
It's a little bit weird, man. It can be funny. It's just like, my point is this. When you see stuff like that on social media, it doesn't mean what you think it means. It doesn't mean you should be going and throwing down your whole paycheck on fucking roulette, bro. That's not what it means. All right? Be smarter than Drake's ads. Please. And also now, yeah, it's a 1,000,000% confirmed he is in a promotional relationship with stake.com. So there is a very high probability that there is in fact no financial detriment to Drake as a result of him losing money, and I'm doing air quotes here since this is a podcast.
Okay, and here's the thing. People right now are surely watching Drake do this live streaming of himself watching.
Yeah, it's on
himself.
Twitch. It's a big part of it.
But the reason people are watching it is because they think it's his money.
Now that's why this
is messed up.
A little bit sketchy. That's why it's a little bit weird. Right?
All
because
the stakes,
it's just like,
all the stakes, this is stake.com, but all the stakes are gone if it's not Drake's money.
Right.
That sounded like a Drake verse right there.
Then it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, you spit a bar.
He's on
by accident.
He's on stake.com.
Uh-oh.
But the stakes are gone.
No,
that ain't Drizzy's money.
No, he's overexerting.
Get out of here, honey.
Overreaching.
Spit on it, bae.
Wow, okay. hit the J-Bone sound one time.
Back to you, Jared.
Okay, that wasn't it. But yeah, so something to note about Drake. Next headline. Mona Lisa smeared with cake in apparent climate protest.
I'll say one thing. I would like to smear my cake all over the Mona Lisa because she looks like she could eat ass.
Wow. From CBS News, the most famous smile in the world was briefly obscured Sunday when a man smeared some cream cake over the Mona Lisa in what seems to have been a climate protest. And we'll get to why it seems like it.
Yeah, okay. I'm interested.
Yeah. The 16th century masterpiece was by Leonardo da Vinci was untouched, however, as it is protected behind bulletproof glass in the Louvre Museum in Paris. It's a little weird when you consider that everybody knows that about the Mona Lisa, man. You can't get to it. You're not getting it. You're not smearing your cream cake on the Mona Lisa's plain face. It's not happening. All right? It's a fucking bulletproof glass case there.
Maybe
you goofy bastard.
Maybe if you smeared big enough bullets against it.
It's one of those things where you watch and you go, oh, and then you're just like, oh, but yeah, they're just going to wipe it off. Jackass. The fuck are we doing here? Yeah. Okay, let's take pictures and video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those things. But so visitors posted that a man disguised himself as an elderly lady in a wheelchair. So this guy rolled into the Louvre dressed as an old woman, presumably in order to gain access to the right spot in the front of the painting reserved for the handicapped. Oh, there you go. He wanted a handicapped spot close up by the Mona Lisa. I'm assuming it's a crowded painting to try to see, being as famous as it is, Jared, covered in cream or not. And then he stood up once he was close enough, and he smeared the cream cake over the glass that protects it, the Renaissance painting. At least he didn't chain or glue himself to it, I suppose.
Yeah, but he did culturally appropriate the handicapped in order to gain access.
Very true, which Larry David has discussed at length on Curb Your Enthusiasm regarding stalls in particular. As security guards pounced on him, the man who was wearing a wig and makeup threw red roses at their feet.
What?
What? As they led him away, the man told the crowd in French, "Think about the earth. There are people who are destroying the earth. Think about it. All artists, think about the earth. This is why I did this. Think about the planet." And I would bring you back to the part where he threw red roses at their feet. What? They just... Also, I get it. I get that we want people to pay closer attention to whatever the Timberwolves owner is doing and global warming and such, okay? I'm not sure smearing cream cake on bulletproof glass is the answer. How is that the move?
I don't know. But so what he's saying, is he saying the artists are destroying the Earth?
No, he's saying artists in particular need to think about it, that we are destroying the Earth.
Yeah, guess what? Most artists aren't going to the Louvre to look at the Mona Lisa. That's just tourists who don't know anything about art.
Yeah,
that's why they're at the Louvre.
He knew it would get coverage on RBP, and that's why he did it. But it's funny because it's cream cake.
Mm-hmm. But again, I've said it before. Artists are ruining the world. Father John Misty said it best. Try not to think so much about the truly staggering amount of oil that it takes to paint a portrait. The acrylic, the varnish, the cellophane. Wait, no, that's fucking the other one. The acrylic, the varnish, the...
You can do this.
Fuck.
Oh, I'm still proud of you. You sounded legitimate to me.
That was the first... I mixed together the two verses.
Well, can you pull it together?
The acrylic, the varnish, the... something, the
Santa
high
Maria,
gloss,
the Pina, the Nina,
the solvents and dyes.
Did you get there?
I forgot one part.
But
it's okay.
Close enough.
Father John Misty fans, you can feel free to spank my tight little
Jared
ass.
loves Father John Misty.
You would like him too if you listen more.
That. I'm sure I would in some capacity. I don't doubt it. I'd probably throw red roses at his feet. Anyway, think about it.
Aluminum tubes filled with latex.
Excuse me, all artists, please think about the Earth. This is why he did this. What?
That's what I forgot.
Oh, okay. God, dude, I was like, what the fuck? Behind me?
I was
pointing at me.
I was pointing past you.
Where's
an aluminum tube filled with latex?
All right, think about the planet, Jared. Damn. The Louvre issued a statement Monday saying the painting had not suffered any damage. Yeah, we know. The museum said the man had hidden the cake inside his personal belongings. Yeah, we figured. The Paris prosecutor's office said Monday that the 36-year-old man was detained following Sunday's incident and sent to a police psychiatric unit for evaluation. An investigation has been opened on charges of damage of cultural artifacts. I was going to say, I assume there's a heavy charge they can throw at you when it's like a historic thing you attack, right?
To try to prevent more people from doing it.
Like if you go paint, Abe Lincoln's knee at the Lincoln Monument, I'm pretty confident there's a charge outside of just regular graffiti that you get slapped with. It's like painting Abe Lincoln's knee.
Would that be a climate protest?
It's a minimum 10-year imprisonment. Yeah, obviously.
We're painting Abe Lincoln's knee because he kneeled down to the fucking climate deniers. Is that what? And then he throws a bunch of red roses at your feet.
Is Lincoln the Kaepernick of climate change of his day?
Apparently.
What the hell? We just mixed together so many different issues into one ridiculous analogy.
What the red roses being thrown at everybody's feet.
But Lincoln's knee was painted. That much we know. So, yeah, that guy smeared cream cake on the Mona Lisa, which something we've all thought about doing from time to time. I think I have to admit.
Cream cake. Cream. Cake rules everything around me. Cake.
God, this episode of RBP is also brought to you by Cuts Clothing. There's already a lot on our minds. The last thing we want to be spending too much energy on is what to wear. Cuts Clothing has perfected the art and science of men's shirts so that you can throw one on and look great without ever thinking twice about it. Every Cuts shirt is designed for a modern, tailored fit. They're insanely comfortable. Plus, Cuts has all the essentials for looking sharp, like tees, hoodies, polos, and more, so you can stop bouncing between brands to shop for different shirts. Cuts Clothing became world famous for making the shirts that look as great as they feel, whatever life throws your way. I typically wear Cuts like 3 to 5 days a week. They're very comfortable. I like sleeping in them. Honestly, their crew curve hem is my go-to that I end up wearing a lot. But whatever you pick, they make the best T-shirts ever, bar none, no competition. And they've got incredible outerwear as well. They've got bomber jackets, power vest for those of you who desire power, Henleys, polos, Sherpas, hoodies, joggers, everything you need. You could wear Cuts and only Cuts for every layer of your outfit and legitimately look good at this point. Join hundreds of thousands of guys who have made the simple decision to elevate their wardrobe with Cuts. Get 15% off your order and support the show by going to cutsclothing.com/RBP. That's CUTS clothing.com/RBP for 15% off the only shirt worth wearing. Cutsclothing.com/RBP. In big news, Bo Burnham releases Inside Outtakes, as he's calling them.
And I just got the joke.
They're the outtakes from Inside.
Inside Outtakes.
Special, right? I haven't gotten to watch it in full, and I will withhold all commentary until I do. Parenting is hard is the only note I would make. I still want his next special to be titled Outside, though. I really like that idea. And I thought when he came out on Twitter, he tweeted something, and I was like, oh, this motherfucker never tweets. What's happening? He was like, stay tuned. I was like, I'm staying tuned. And then like 30 minutes later, he was like, I'm dropping the outtakes from this. I thought it was going to be Outside, his next special. But it's not. But still, apparently it's quite fun. The one song I've heard is a Joe Biden song that is phenomenal, and I have no idea why he cut it. The whole premise is like, how the hell did I end up having to vote for Joe Biden? And I thought it was funny as shit. The song was exactly how I felt about voting for Joe Biden. I was like, I have to do it, but how the fuck did it come to this? Like, that's the song. It's great, and I'm excited to listen to and watch rather the rest of Inside Outtakes, because a lot of it is visually edited. It's like you get a better look into how he made Inside as well. Which, if you haven't watched at this point, Bo Burnham's Inside is one of the more awesome representations of what we all just went through as a society during the course of the pandemic.
I saw it in theaters.
That exists. Yeah, J-Bone saw it in theaters.
They did the one-night theater thing, and I went and saw it. Got a poster.
Speaking of theaters, Jared, they're doing a freaking... Have you seen this?
Have I heard about this?
It's live action. Have you seen it?
The Bible?
Pinocchio. Live action Pinocchio.
Okay,
Jared.
The nose is going to look bad. This is going to be a Sonic the Hedgehog thing.
Jared.
Where the nose...
Oh, Jared. Yes. What's the nose going to do, though?
It's just going to be phallic and grow and...
How do you make it not look like a boner? Hey, by the way, I've said this before, but when I was a little boy, I had a hernia. And when I would laugh, my belly button would come out like a little belly button boner. Do you know that? How's that make you feel?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you do now. A little belly button boner. Yeah.
How's your hernia doing?
I had surgery when I was like 4 or something. It's gone. I can do the splits. No, I can't. I'm not very flexible at all. Maybe that's why.
What is a hernia?
I never thought about that. It's some kind of muscle issue in your lower abdomen or groin area, like lower abdomen, higher groin.
I was always led to
High
believe.
groin.
I was always led to believe a hernia when I was little.
You're a hernia.
When I was little, I'm not kidding about this.
What?
When I was little, I thought a hernia was like when your testicle came really, really far up inside your body and was just like coming out of your fucking stomach.
I think okay. I've never thought about this. It could have been one of my testicles that was hitting my belly button and pushing it out. Right? No way.
It could have been. I don't know.
No way.
I don't know your ailment.
But I think
It's a HIPAA violation.
It can have something to do. Again, I want to be clear. This was when I was like a 4-year-old, Jared. You don't say it's my ailment now. But hernias are a common thing. I think it can do something to your testicles, though, as a man, a hernia. Just FYI. Google hernia testicles if you're at your computer at work. And don't go to an incognito window. Just straight up. Especially if you're at one of those corporations that super, super looks into what you do on your work computer. Definitely Google hernia testicles right now. Please. Thank you. All right.
I have a question. If you want to get fired and you work at one of those companies, couldn't you just like look at porn or something and they'd fire you maybe and get severance?
See, that's the thing about getting fired. I don't know if you get severance. If you get let go. There's all these different... I don't know, Jared. We need an HR department badly.
Yeah. Bruce
doesn't... He's sleeping right now, so he's... Look at how not locked in he is on doing HR stuff.
Ricky, you're HR now!
We could yell out whatever. Dick, balls, cock. Nobody cares because Bruce is asleep on the job. Damn, normally when I say his name, he at least wakes up. This fucker's just out cold.
Hey, Bruce.
Yeah.
Holy crap, he's sleeping.
Sleeping his ass off. Anyway, we just talked about how lazy Hollywood has gotten. This is downright self-destructive, though. They're destroying classic stories for the next generation by making them live action. And if Cats didn't teach us how horribly wrong this can go, then I don't know what will. But Aladdin wasn't great. Beauty and the Beast was okay. It was a little morally ambiguous.
How?
There's a little bestiality, you know.
Wait, is there a bestiality scene? Is she a...
I mean, not in the movie, but, you know, on the internet as a result of the movie, for sure. For sure is. So, live action Pinocchio is going to star... You ready for this? Take a shot. Not at Who's Pinocchio. It's just some kid. Some fucking kid.
Who's
He's the
Geppetto?
He's the voice of Pinocchio. Some kid.
Are you asking me who Geppetto is?
Who do you think the other major players here are?
Okay, if I was casting Geppetto,
Who's Jiminy Cricket? Who's Geppetto?
Billy Crystal is Geppetto. Jiminy Cricket is voiced by Chris Tucker. And who else is in Pinocchio?
All right, it's Tom Hanks as Geppetto.
Okay, that's a cop-out.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt is Jiminy Cricket. Some kid is Pinocchio. And then Robert Downey Jr. is in this as well. It's a bunch of heavy hitters in what will inevitably be a gigantic letdown.
Okay, why do they not cast Chris Tucker to be...
I just don't
Jiminy
understand
Cricket?
why they keep doing this and why they don't have Chris Tucker as Jiminy Cricket, but also just stop, man. Are they going to do fucking Bambi and like have someone shooting and killing a goddamn deer at the beginning of the film? Like, how deep into this are we going to get, Jared?
Or Tarzan? Wait, did they do a live action? No, I'm thinking of George of the Jungle starring
Bro,
Brendan Fraser.
Listen, if you're not going to do live action Brave Little Toaster, then get the fuck out of here. Stop it.
Is George of the Jungle the most underrated movie of all time?
With Brendan Fraser?
Yeah.
I don't think it's underrated. I watched the shit out of that movie.
Watch out for that tree.
Bro, over and over and over I watched that movie. Me and my little brother Sam. Like, we were both obsessed with the Brendan Fraser George of the Jungle, bro. And The Mummy was tight too. Like, Brendan Fraser low-key has that legendary status for a reason. Like this
Monkey Bone?
meme lord status, fashion god status.
What about Monkey Bone?
What the hell's Monkey Bone?
Pull it up right now. You need to read the description of Monkey Bone and what it's about. Monkey Bone is Brendan Fraser. I don't know. It's like one of those
Can't you just
movies.
tell me?
When I was growing up, it was on TBS all the time.
All right, it says, life could not be better for cartoonist Stu Miley. He has created a hit comic strip featuring Monkey Bone, a petulant rascal with a penchant for wisecracks and racy antics. What is he like, fuck your ear? What does that mean? Stu, happy and in love with his beautiful girlfriend Julie, is on the verge of big success as his comic strip is about to become a national television show. On the night that Stu is to propose to Julie, he gets struck down in a freak accident. Boom, 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 boom. Monkey Bone, 2001.
What do you think happens? Just want to know. I want your guess as to what happens after the freak
How
accident.
could I possibly have the slightest fucking
Tell me what
clue?
happens to Stu Miley after his freak accident.
I think his fucking cartoon comes to life and chokes him to death.
That's half right.
Wow. What happens?
That.
Does it masturbate him?
No, it comes to life.
It just doesn't choke him.
Monkey Bone comes to life.
Come to life.
In theaters. When did that come out? 2000.
By the way, I keep seeing TikToks of Kanye rejecting artist samples. People are trying to sample his music, and he's rejecting them because they're using curse words in their music. Brother, how are you being that picky? Like, these are big-time artists, not like, nobodies. You literally illegally sample someone on the regular. You're getting sued for this shit. Why do you care, man? They're asking for your clearance. Just give them clearance. What the fuck's wrong with you?
He's the new Will Smith.
This guy's such a dingus. I think after I said, I'm not wearing your shoes anymore until you stop harassing your wife, he stopped harassing his wife. So I sneaky think maybe it's just, I don't think he listens to the podcast. As we all know, he doesn't take in information from anyone less successful than him. Which is no one in his eyes. But I think it gets into the ether or the ethos, whatever it is, the cosmos.
Mm-hmm.
It gets in the sky, Jared, and it floats over to his fucking brain, and then it goes into his brain. That's what I'm saying. I'm really saying.
That's how he thinks the internet works.
That's how I think the internet works.
It's a series of tubes.
But I don't understand. Is the live action Pinocchio, is it just for people who do mushrooms? Like, is that the appeal?
I mean,
Who the fuck?
isn't that what Alice in Wonderland was for?
Pinocchio is low-key scary already as a cartoon. If you make it live action, it is going to be high-key terrifying. I don't know how you make this not scary as shit and weird, frankly. It's like Toy Story on mushrooms. That's Pinocchio.
Geppetto.
Dude, he goes to school and shit. It's not like in Toy Story where the toys hide. They don't want the humans to know about it.
I cannot suspend that much disbelief. I
puppet.
can't believe that they would let this puppet go to school.
The puppet comes to life, Jared. It's a real boy, but he looks like a puppet. But he did look. I don't know. We're gonna see. I guess He goes to school, just alive at an age 5 years old. I don't know. You're born at 5. Boom, you're 5. All you know is how to talk for some reason and dance because you were a puppet.
See, I could believe when I watch The Grinch and like, oh, the Grinch goes to school, and you're like, why are there all these normal kids and then there's this furry little green guy?
Who?
The Grinch.
The Grinch.
The Grinch. But like a puppet, come on, I can't believe that. Like think about this. Think about if you are the school. Think about the amount of liability they would have to account for. Oh, he can't go to the chemistry classroom because a Bunsen burner could light him on fire.
What does it mean when you're bigoted against puppets? What is the phrase? Is it puppetist? Are we puppetists?
Puppeteer.
Puppeteering. Puppet.
I have no idea. Anti-puppet.
We're anti-puppet, though.
Hello, puppet.
I am anti-puppet. Straight the fuck up, dude. I'm anti-puppet. I'm not afraid to say it.
Okay, what would the Muppets think about that? Because they're puppets. The Muppets are puppets.
I'm only anti-puppets with strings.
Okay.
All
I feel like, doesn't that seem like a Curb Your Enthusiasm bit? Larry's like, somebody's like, oh, the Muppets, those are dolls. And Larry's like, the Muppets are puppets. What do you mean it's a Muppet? The Muppet's a puppet. The Muppets are puppets. The Muppets are
That
puppets.
seems more like a line Jerry would deliver on Seinfeld that was written by Larry.
Okay. Yeah,
More
I get
specifically.
that.
The Muppets are puppets. You know?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, fucking live action Pinocchio. That shit pisses me right off, dude. If we're just, to end it on a grind my gears, because it does. It that was it. It grinds my gears.
Speaking of Family Guy,
What?
they've parodied Pinocchio before.
Oh, they've parodied every living fucking piece of entertainment that's ever been made. They make references to like 1956 black and white films.
Do you remember the Family Guy Pinocchio parody?
No.
If my memory serves me,
But I do Mickey Mouse's voice a lot on Twitch for some reason when I get scared.
I believe the way that Family Guy parodied Pinocchio was they had Geppetto bend over in front of Pinocchio and try to get him to lie.
I don't want to die. That's what I say on Twitch a lot when I'm scared. I do Mickey Mouse voice. I'm not joking. I don't know why it happens.
Did they try to kill Pinocchio? I don't remember the movie.
And Family Guy? Oh, yeah, no. It just gets real dark, dude.
He says, you tell me Pinocchio says in the film,
I don't want to die. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that that's what he says in the film at all.
that would be so dark.
It's a fucking children's movie. I don't know how they're going to pull this off, though, bro. How they're going to make it warm. Tom Hanks, I can see they were like, fuck, we're really going to have to go and get the warmest dude ever, Tom Hanks, to try to make this palpable for children. I don't know if they're going to be able to pull it off, bro. I watched Pinocchio during the COVID times, and I was just working my way through old Disney movies, and it sucked. I mean, it was scary. Like, parts of it were scary, and I was alone.
I've got a question for you.
It sucked because I was alone and scared.
Where do you think the Disney Vault is?
I don't want to die. Mountains, Montana.
I think that's where it is. Remember all the commercials growing up? You need to buy The Fox and the Hound on VHS right now before we put it back in the Disney Vault
They
forever.
still fucking do this, dude.
The Disney Vault?
Jared,
what the hell is
Jared.
it? I can stream this on the internet.
At one point, I went to go buy or rent whatever version I had available to me, some Disney movie. I was like, this is what I'm watching. There's nothing stopping me. I'm paying money. I don't care. Somebody take my fucking money. I'm watching this movie. And it was like, unavailable, completely unavailable. I was like, no, you don't understand. I'll give anybody my money. Steve Jobs, Bezos, whoever the fuck, I don't care. Somebody take my money. I want to watch this movie. I finally Google it. It's in the goddamn Disney Vault.
What was it?
I can't remember. It was one of the mainstays. It was like, sorry, you can't watch Beauty and the Beast again until... it was like, you know what it was? It was right before they were going to drop it to promote the live action thing. So they had put it back in the vault or something. I don't know. But they can just use this vault all willy-nilly, and all of a sudden one of your fucking favorite movies is unavailable on the digital platforms, and it's not right. I won't stand... And by the way, you still cannot find Brave Little Toaster on a single streaming platform, but you can find its sequel.
But you can also find it here in Bolen Media headquarters.
We have it on DVD. That movie would make a good live action flick. That's all I have to say about that.
How would you make a toaster? Are there any humans in that movie?
Yeah, there's a little boy. He abandons all his household appliances. That's how they see it. He abandons his appliances to go to like summer vacation or something, and they're like, "Fuck."
Wait, so why do they care so much?
They have serious abandonment issues, bro. He leaves and they're like, "Fuck, he's never coming back. We have to find him." So then they do all kinds of crazy shit, these appliances. They cross the goddamn country, Jared, to be with this boy. They show up at his college dorm. Like years later.
He's like, what the fuck? I don't need an electric tea kettle.
Fucking lamp? Fucking toaster? What is this shit? And they're like, "Master!" It's fucking terrifying.
You would think that the appliances would like to not like if they like being used rather than like resting, they must get some sort of sexual enjoyment out of it.
This movie gets into some dark shit. I am not kidding. Like really dark shit about usury and purpose and life. It's fucked up. It's a crazy. Sorry, I lost it there for a second, but you gotta understand. I watched Brave Little Toaster a whole bunch of times, and it is so funny how disturbing it is. Like, it makes me cackle like a doofus thinking about how outrageous the entire premise of the film is. Every day, they climb up into the attic so Blanky can look out a window and see if maybe Master's car will come back down the road. They call him Master, dude.
Oh, I thought you were kidding.
No. Master, I'm Blanky. It's fucked up. It's a fucked up movie.
Shit.
The vacuum cleaner, angry, old man, angry as hell. At one point, the air conditioner dies. Fucking dies. You have to watch it die. Its life expires. First 20 minutes, death. Boom, air conditioner. And it scares the shit out of you as a child. It traumatized me. I brought this up in therapy. The Brave Little Toaster. That was probably 20-minute of my 50-minute sessions. Probably $40, give or take.
What traumatized you more, Brave Little Toaster or the book? I Love You.
Oh,
What's it called?
I Love You Forever.
Yeah.
Probably the book. I got some enjoyment out of Brave Little Toaster. The book's just torture. That's torture literature right there. It should be, if we're gonna ban books, all right, we're on a hot streak right now in Texas, just banning everything. Why the fuck can't we throw that in the pile? Set it ablaze with all the Eminem albums and LGBTQ plus books that they've currently got in there.
You bring up a good point.
Just saying, if we're gonna go backward, let's at least take that fucking book with us. Right? Eric Nielsen, happy belated birthday, and thank you for listening. You are the man, and everyone should know it. Shout out to our sponsors for today's episode. Again, Birddogs and Cuts Clothing. The URLs and codes for those two sponsors for today will be in the details of this episode. You can find it below. Bolenmedia.com/shop to get the Chicken Leg Pride Month
That's a great shirt.
It's a great shirt, man. Feels great, looks great, smells great. Fuck great. You're whatever. I don't know. I tried to do a Nike thing and it just now it's weirdly sexual. It's just anyway, it's a good shirt. Get
Just
the shirt.
buy it. That's
Bolenmedia.com/shop. Yeah, just buy it would have been better. Fuck great. What? Celebrate Chicken Leg Pride appropriately with the shirt. Thank you. TikTok comments contest winner from last week was Maria that won, and we're doing it again this week, so keep the comments coming in.
I've seen a lot of comments.
Yeah, it's awesome. We appreciate y'all very much.
But not enough to where you cannot still compete to get picked to win.
Oh, yeah. At this point, it's pretty much like a who comments on every video we do, and then we pick somebody that really went the extra mile. So y'all do your thing on there on TikTok at the Ross Bolen Podcast on TikTok and Instagram, and we are at Ross Bolen Pod on Twitter. Follow Jared at Jared Borislow on Twitter and Instagram, and make sure you listen to the latest episode of Formula Bone F1 Show, available wherever you listen to RBP, and follow Formula Bone everywhere at Formula Bone. I'm wearing the hat, Jared.
All people need to know is that if you don't understand how Ferrari completely destroyed their own Monaco Grand Prix, just go to my YouTube. I put out a new video. It's short, under 7 minutes long, and all I do is explain exactly everything Ferrari did wrong. A lot of people have reached out and said, I did not understand what happened until this video. Thank you, J-Bone. Sucky, sucky. I was like, what?
Sucky. Yep, I heard him. At Formula Bone everywhere. We'll be back Friday, of course, with another ad-free exclusive show available only to those on patreon.com/Ross Bolen Podcast. Just like every Friday, we did 2 episodes last week, did a little bonus hotline episode to say thank you to the people on Patreon. Get on there. If you join now, that episode is immediately available to you. Until next time. Wait, will I be on vacation next time these people hear me? This will be after vacation? Yeah, I think so.
If they're not on Patreon,
Yeah.
unless I don't know.
I think so. I might be in Mexico before we hear each other next.
Say adios.
Yeah, I leave on Friday. So, until next time, adios, muchachos.